What's the old saying? History repeats itself. Well, that's especially true when it comes to politics. And it's what we take from that history that counts. And people in Washington, they have short memories. They're either not familiar with our friends to the north or they don't care. I'm talking, of course, about Canada. That country has been through what we are struggling through now and survived. Let's do a compare and contrast. We'll look at Canada circa 1993 and the U.S. today. According to Fred Barnes of the Weekly Standard, who's going to join us in just a couple of moments, back then Canada's government spending skyrocketed to more than 50% of the economy, up from under 30% back in 1960. Here it's more than 60% and could top 70% next year. And government debt in Canada was nearly 70% of GDP. Here we're topping 90%. The newly elected government at the time had a conundrum. What did they do? But they did the unthinkable. They listened to their people and they actually cut spending and left major tax hikes on the cutting room floor. Here's what that's done. Unemployment benefits cut by nearly half. Federal workforce was reduced by 14%. And the nation handed over their railway and air systems to private companies. I know, it's all pretty radical. All in all, the ratio of spending cuts to tax hikes, 7-to-1. And the results say it all. By 1998, Canada had gone from a nearly $37 billion deficit to a $3 billion surplus. The growth continues today. Last year, their economy grew at a rate of more than 3%, and hey, we didn't even get close to that. Unemployment closer to 7% last month. We're still above 9%. The facts seem pretty crystal clear, cut and dry. Spending cuts saved their economy, and it would do the same here. But President Obama and his fellow liberals refuse to face reality. They're having daily meetings on the debt, refuse to address cuts in health care, rail projects, and the ever-popular green jobs, not to mention the politically unpopular entitlement programs. If you want a slap in the face, here's a quote from the new book, The Canadian Century. Quote, "If we want to see what would become of Canada had we not lived through the difficult changes, we need to look no further than Washington, D.C." Look, I can't believe I'm going to say this. Don't blame Canada. We have to emulate them. What do you think about this? Does Canada have it right while we're going about it all wrong? Here's what some of you are tweeting me at Jerry Willis FBN. This person would rather live in the U.S., not even close for me. I don't want to pay high taxes to take care of my neighbor who doesn't take care of himself. But Bob says the U.S. for now. If Obama wins in 2012, Canada for sure. Here's your chance to weigh in on this, our poll question tonight.